experiments, flight. Flight experiments. Did you call about priority? Yeah, we're just curious here about these samples. Wonder if there's any consideration on extending the EVA. Kind of close here. Yeah, we're kind of close, but we got the priority, right?
Just too big an angle, Neil. Yep. I think you're right. We're back at the minus V spot now. Area up there we're taking to the bed will take very little force of impact that we actually have.
Flight count.
Go.
Should be able to get Columbia on the high gain now. Pitch of 20, yaw 175.
Okay. Copy, Captain.
And go to react mode.
Your pitch 20, yaw 135.
Yes, and
Okay,
react.
we'll just take the camera, okay, to work on the SEQ bay. Okay.
Columbia, Columbia, this is Houston.
I noticed that,
Columbia, this is Houston. Go ahead, bud.
okay. Try to get some close-up pictures of that front. I was saying that, Houston, stop and take a photograph of something and then want to start moving again sideways. There's quite a tendency to start doing it with just gradual sideways hops because you start getting momentum.
Roger.
Can you see us underneath the lamb over at the SEQ bay, Houston?
Yes, indeed, Buzz. We can see your feet sticking out underneath the structure of the LEM descent stage.
Okay, I'm just on the other side of the...
Now we can see you through the structure of the minus Z secondary strut.
The SEQ bay
We don't necessarily need on the high gain, but we're going to lose him
scientific
altogether.
experiments to be left on the surface of the rim. The laser reflector.
They're open, and it looks like they're going to stay up without any problem.
Columbia, Columbia, this is Houston. We're about to lose you on the Omnis. Request high gain antenna. React mode. Pitch 20. Yaw 135. Over.
It's 175 flight.
I'm going to pick an area, Neil.
Make that yaw 175. Columbia, yaw 175 on the high gain.
Corley is locked up on the high gain, Houston.
Roger out.
Sergeant from flight. Go flight. How you doing? Good, real fine. They're still working below the predicted curve now. EMU flight. Go ahead, flight. How you doing? We're getting an update here in a minute. I'll get it to you in a second. All right. Flight come.
Surgeon says everything looks fine.
Go ahead. Once again, our mixing valve has worked very normal. Roger. You might tell Columbia that Capcom stand. Okay. Yes. He can if he's watching it. He may not be watching it at the time.
An hour and a half
Flight
of lunar
Capcom.
surface time.
I'm talking to Ecom. He says that if Columbia is watching it on board, he can see it. Do you think we ought to tell him about it anyway? Over? No, disregard. Roger.
Houston, the passive seismometer has been deployed manually.
Roger.
They've been on the portable life support systems for 2 hours now.
And the manual deployment of the LR cubed little spring that's at the end of the string pulled off of the pit fin. Now, however, I was able to reach up and get hold of the pit fin and pull it loose. So it'll be deployed manually also.
Roger.
And the panorama is complete, and limb, got the limb 730 position at about 60 feet.
That's Neil Armstrong to the left of the screen. By that.
Doors are closed and locked.
Roger.
Hey, have you got us a good area picked out? Yeah, I think right out on that rise out there is probably as good as any.
FBO, meet guidance, smoker die.
Right over here. But probably stay on the high ground there and watch at the edge of that crater. Yeah, that's real soft there, isn't it? Got a couple of close-ups on these quite rounded, large boulders.
Buzz Aldrin coming into view on the right, carrying the 2 experiments.
About 40 feet out. I'd say out to the end of that next... Well, it's going to be a little difficult to find a good level spot here. Top of that next little ridge there, wouldn't that be a pretty good place? Yeah, how about I put the LR cube right about here? All right. And I'm going to have to get on the other side of this rock here. I would go right around that crater to the left there. Isn't that a level spot there? I think this right here is just as level. Okay.
And they will be out of the camera's field of view while setting up these experiments.
Boulders like basalt, and they have probably 2% white minerals in them, white crystals. And the thing that I reported as vesicular before, I don't believe I believe that anymore. I think it's small craters. They look like little impact craters where BB shot has hit the surface.
EMU flight. Bad flight? How you doing? Okay, it looks like we recovered a little bit. We've got about 15 minutes, and for the extension should be on the 240. Consumable-wise. How you counting the 240? Where'd you start? The clock up. Are you on the clock up front? Roger. That's the one that was started when he when Buzz hacked his watch. Depressurize the cabin, Roger. We just keep slipping the activities back and projecting our profiles. And the current rate right now is around 15 minutes beyond 240. Okay, and you're going with that clock up there? That's front. FBO, meet guy and smoker that.
Hi, Houston. I have the seismic experiment flipped over now, and I'm aligning it with the sun. I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting the beef go in the center. Wants to move around and around on the outside. Find any spot, any home.
You're cutting out again, Buzz.
Roger, I say I'm not having too much success in leveling the PSE experiment.
Flight experiments. The main thing is get the ball off the edge. Get what? Get the ball off the edge. It does not necessarily have to be centered if you can't center. Get the ball off the edge.
Yeah, he said he was having trouble getting it off the outside at all.
I thought he said getting out center. I miscopied then.
So it seemed to be going around the outside.
The laser reflector
Yeah,
is
you fly union. Is that 15 minutes on water? That's a firm.
installed and the bubbles level.
That was based on the last update we had.
The
We're still
alignment
looking to
appears to be good.
Roger.
Neil, this is Houston. Roger, out.
Hey, you want to take a look at this BB, see what you make out of it? I found it pretty hard to get perfectly level, too. That baby likes the outside. It won't go on the inside.
Flight experiments. I think I drowned him out. I think he just said it stays on the outside.
Cup is convex now instead of concave. I think you're right. I believe it is. Houston, I don't think there's any hope of using this leveling device to come up with an accurate level. It looks to me as though the cup here that the BB is in is now convex instead of concave, over.
Let's have them not to fight it too long on flight. Let's press on. Forget it.
Roger 11, press on. If you think it looks level by eyeball, go ahead.
Okay.
Surgeon from flight.
The bubble they're
They
discussing
look okay to
is
you?
on a leveling
Here's
device
predicted.
on the
Okay.
passive seismometer.
Heart rates are still down at a comfortable level.
One going, huh?
Okay, Capcom FAO flight, surgeon and EMU on the loop. Okay, it looks like we can stand about another 15 minutes based on water. Surgeon says they're doing okay.
There you go.
Seems to me we ought to tell them that we're good for an extra 15 minutes and we'll give Buzz a mark at -10 when to start in, okay? Do you agree? That's fine. Flight EMU, go. The number looks a little better than I hear.
Houston, the
15's fine.
facing the PSE, the right
Surgeon, you
hand
agree?
solar array deployed automatically. The left hand had to manually.
And FAO, how far are we away from that 10-minute mark based on that?
Hey, we have 2 away plus 15, 223.
And all parts of the solar array are
Okay, we'll have to take a little more off that because we'll have 2 wrong.
So Buzz, this is Houston. I understand you did successfully deploy both solar arrays, over.
Roger, that's affirmative.
Capcom flight. Red flight for Neil, based on consumables, and
And there isn't any way of telling whether that's lined up.
we can give him another 15 minutes and still give a -10-minute mark for Buzz to start termination, if he concurs.
Okay, is Neil ahead or behind Buzz on consumables?
I think Neil's ahead. Is that right, EMU?
Flight EMU?
Neil's using less, right?
Still appears to be
That's
plenty.
affirmed. LMU is the one that's down.
Okay, go ahead, Capcom.
Okay, for my information, would Buzz then be going in closer to nominal time?
I don't follow you. We're going to give the total thing 15 minutes, and we'll still give Buzz a 10-minute -10 mark to start in based on that.
All EVA 15 minutes.
Yes, if he agrees.
Neil, this is Houston, over.
Go ahead, Houston.
All right, we've been looking at your consumables, and you're in good shape. Subject to your concurrence, we'd like to extend the duration of the EVA 15 minutes from nominal. We will still give Buzz a hack at 10 minutes prior for heading in. Your current elapsed time is 2 + 12, over.
And that means Buzz would have to start back in at about
Okay, that sounds fine.
Roger out.
flight experiments. While they're out there with the camera, we'd have time to get a picture of the bubble. Is he still there? Roger, he's still in the vicinity. I haven't seen him come back from the side of the TV yet. You can try it if he hadn't left it.
Who's got the camera, Buzz?
212 is the time expended on the PLSS.
This is Houston. If you're still in the vicinity of the PSE, could you get a photograph of the ball level, over?
I'll do that, Buzz. Right, we'll get a photograph of that. Houston, what time would you estimate we could allow for the documented sample, over?
Stand by. FAO. Approximately 10 minutes. Pardon?
Approximately 10.
Approximately 10, Capcom. Capcom.
Oh,
Approximately 10.
Say again, sir?
Approximately 10 minutes.
I believe the ball is right in the middle now. Wonderful. Take a picture before it moves.
You only pass?
He asked what would we estimate for the document, and we're estimating about 10 minutes.
Neil, this is Houston. We're estimating about 10 minutes for the document sampling. Over.
Ecom flight, did you get your message to Capcom?
Yes, flight, did.
Okay.
So
You got a message for Columbia?
Roger.
On battery charge?
Flight network, we have good ESEP data.
Okay.
Columbia, this is Houston, over.
Go ahead, Houston, Columbia.
Roger, I'd like you to terminate charging battery Bravo at 111 plus 15, over.
How about right now?
Roger. Buzz, this is Houston. You've got about 10 minutes left now prior to commencing your EVA termination activities, over.
Termination activities, over.
Roger, I understand.
flight experiments.
Go ahead.
Roger, we've uncaged, working well, see a lot of short period seismic activity. Short period Z. You want to pass it up?
Yeah, you can tell them we're seeing some info on that.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston. The passive seismic experiment has been uncaged, and we're observing short period oscillations in it, over.
Flight EVA, go.
Neil, I'm
226
on the
on the bottom
surface now,
line.
about an hour and 50
Okay,
minutes.
so we got to start him in now.
He's got 9 minutes.
Okay, we're supposed to give him 10 minutes prior to the bottom of the ladder, right? Yeah.
Hey, we gave him a 10-minute.
Great.
Yeah, but he can utilize that 10 minutes as long as it's at the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, he understands that, right?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Ecom flight.
Flight Ecom.
Did you get the battery charge off?
Yes, the battery charge was terminated and
Everything looks good for LOS flight.
How about you, GNC?
Everything looks good, flight. We're good.
Roger. Telcom, how are you?
We're looking good, flight.
In the foreground, Buzz Aldrin is collecting a core tube sample.
I hope you're watching how hard I have to hit this into the ground to the tune of about 5 inches, Houston.
Roger.
Experiments flight?
It almost
Two
looks
core
wet.
tubes and the solar winds, what you want? Experiments?
Got it, sample.
Experiments, give me an answer. Two core tubes in the solar wind?
Roger.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Cable? Yeah, cut the cable again.
Neil and Buzz, this is Houston. We'd like you
You're
to...
right. Turn to your right. Not clear? Not quite.
Neil, this is Houston. We'd like you all to get 2 core tubes and the solar wind experiment. 2 core tubes and the solar wind, over.
Roger.
The core tubes provide material.
Flight experiments. Go. We have seen the core samples as he was taking those on the seismic data. If possible, sometime in the next couple minutes before he comes in, if he could get a little jump, which he was planning on doing at one time as he left the PSC, we'd like to have it.
A jump?
Roger.
Let's let him get through with what he's trying to do.
Buzz, this is Houston. You have approximately 3 minutes until you must commence your EVA termination activities, over.
Roger, understand.
Columbia, this is Houston. Approximately 1 minute to LOS, over.
1 minute. Columbia, Roger.
And do you plan on commencing your sleep on the backside this pass? If so, we'll disable uplink to you while we're talking to the LEM, over.
Capcom flight. Good flight. After we get this core tubes and the solar wind, if we can get anything else into that box within the time.
Houston, were you able to record in a documentary way where the 2 core tube samples were taken?
Do experiments?
Negative.
Tell them what I said, Capcom.
He asked if we wanted to...
I didn't get a stereo pair of those tubes, but they're right in the vicinity of the solar wind.
You said anything else I can get in the box.
That's right.
Neil, this is Houston. After you've got the core tubes and the solar wind, anything else that you can throw into the box would be acceptable.
Columbia.
I do. cap was right. I got the cap. Got the cap? They both got caps on around. Okay. And you want to pick up some stuff and I'll get these receptacles, throw the solar wind in.
EMU flight. Go ahead, flight. How you doing? We're real fine, flight. You know we had a little extra lifetime there. Okay, Sergeant Flight, how are you? Doing fine, flight. Roger.
Buzz Aldrin retrieving the solar wind experiment.
Buzz, this is Houston. It's about time for you to start your EVA closeout activities.
Capcom flight. Go ahead, flight. Who gets the film?
Roger.
Buzzer needs. On the close-up camera? Roger, I'm looking
They've been on their life support system. On their life support systems, 2 hours and 25 minutes.
How about film magazine?
Neil gets that too.
So he gets the stereo cassette and the film magazine?
Roger.
Well, like the ZVA, the
Neil
LMP is supposed to help him
picking
get
up
that
rocks
cassette and put it in
to
his
write
pocket for him,
screen.
so he doesn't have to fumble with it trying to get it in his pocket. Okay, where's the LMP? I think the LMP's at the Mesa.
Remind him of the close-up camera mag.
Affirm.
Neil and Buzz, this is Houston. I'd like to remind you of the close-up camera magazine before you start up the ladder, Buzz.
Okay. Got that over with you, Neil? Now that close-up camera's underneath the Mesa, I'll have to pick it up with the tongue. And I'm picking up several pieces of really vesicular rock out here now. You didn't get anything in those environmental samples, did you? Not yet. I don't think we'll have time.
No, they don't have time for that, Capcom.
Press on with the close-up camera and close out.
Yeah, let's get Neil, Buzz started closing
Roger, Neil and Buzz.
Press on with getting the close-up camera magazine and closing out of the sample return container. You're running a little low on time.
Roger.
We want to keep a good margin in those portable life support systems.
Okay, can you quickly pick this in my pocket, Neil, and I'll head on up the ladder.
Capcom flight.
Good flight.
What Buzz just say?
He asked Neil to put the close-up camera film in his pocket and he'd head up the ladder. My flight plan shows, right.
Around there, fella. Just hold it right there. Okay, let the pocket go. Stop going. Got it. Okay. Adios, amigos. Hey.
We got the ladder. One jump, please. Up the ladder, Capcom.
Negative. Head on up the ladder, Buzz.
Head on up. Buzz.
That white dot right above the horizon on the right is a phosphorus spot from the TV converter in the Park Station in Australia.
EMU flight. Go ahead.
Okay. You get the solar wind roll there? Right, that's it right there. Okay. I think you can reach this hook that's hanging over here. You might entertain the idea of sending up the second one that way. Okay. Get the film off of that. Oh well. Better. Yeah. Okay, I'm heading on in. Okay. And I'll get the LEC already with my star fox.
Telcom, control flight. Go flight. Watch your switches and circuit breakers now.
All right.
Neil's been on the surface a few minutes longer than 2 hours. Buzz, approximately 20 minutes less than that.
Neil, this is Houston. Did the Hasselblad magazine go up on that sample return container also?
Sample return container also. I've got the Hasselblad magazine hooked to the SRC now, yeah.
Roger.
Right, we're right on it now, as EVA.
Say again?
We're right on the timeline with that plus 15.
Ecom GNC flight.
Flight Ecom?
Okay, well, Mike's on the backside now. Let's get everything in order.
How you doing, Buzz?
Configuration for sleep on
Okay.
CSM.
Roger, flight.
Ready to send up the LEC? Yeah, just about. Okay. Okay, that's got it clear.
Transferring the sample containers into the LIM cabin now.
Uh-oh. Camera came off. I mean, the film pack came off. Okay, just ease it down now. Don't pull so hard on it. All right, let it go.
Flight surgeon. Go, surgeon. Okay, we feel like his CDR
Oh, you're
has
getting
been
that. I'm gonna get
above
this camera.
heart rate here for a sufficient period of time. We ought to ask him to slow down and rest.
You want an EMU check?
Okay, this.
Yes, sir.
This one's been no problem.
Let's
Okay,
get an EMU check on the commander.
Neil, this is Houston. Request an EMU check over.
EMU check over. Roger, got 3.8. And I got 54 on the O2 and no flags. And my flow is in.
Flight experiments. Go. Lick observatory, dig, get a return on the laser. Roger.
You want to pass that one up, Dwight?
Negative.
The Lick Observatory in California reports
Cast
a
down flight.
return on the laser.
Good, flight. No response necessary, but we're in good shape on consumables on CDR.
Roger, how about Buzz?
Same story.
Neil and Buzz, for your information, your consumables remain in good shape. Out.
In good shape. Roger. That's coming, Neil. Okay, I've got one side hooked up for the second box, and I got the field bag on. Okay, good. Why, that field from on the LEC is kind of falling all over me while I'm doing this. Well, that's good, huh? It looks like down here. I think my watch stopped, Neil. Hit it.
Flight EVA. Go.
We haven't heard anything about Buzz doing anything about the sequence camera up in the spacecraft. I don't know whether it's worth mentioning or not, but it might be. He needs to put a new mag on and get some pictures of the LEC uppers. I don't know if he is or not.
Okay, if you can just kind of hold it, but I think I can do the pulling. Okay. Stand by a minute. Let me move back. Okay, easy. All right, easy on the hatch now. Okay, I'll get it the rest of the way. Okay.
Flight surgeon, you
I'll
should
give it to you to,
say again?
oh, yeah,
You
just a
should
second.
still continue to take it easy.
Have a little more.
This is the hardest part.
I know it.
Two hours, 40 minutes on the PLSSs.
Buzz? Okay, it's unhooked. How about that, package out of your, sleeve? Is that? No. Okay, I'll get it. I'll get up there. Ready now? Yes, sir. Okay? Okay.
Flight EVA, if they drop that mag, they ought to get it.
Did they get that mag, Capcom?
Neil, this is Houston. Did you get the Hasselblad magazine?
Yes, I did.
Thank
And
you.
we got about, I'd say 20 pounds of carefully selected, if not documented, samples.
Houston, roger. Well done. Out.
In the second box.
Unofficial time off the surface at 1:11:37:32.
Now start arching your back. That's good. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. All right, arch your back a little, your head's up again. Yep. Out, off, roll right just a little bit. Okay, now. And in good shape. Thank you.
Telcom fly.
I'm bumping now. Now you're clear. You're rubbing up against me a little bit. Okay. Turn. All right, that's right. Turn to the left.
Telcom flight. Oh, flight. What's your channel, please? Channel 32.
Now move your foot and I'll get the hatch. Okay. Okay, the hatch is closed and latched. And verified secure. Okay.